Retirement should be one of the most rewarding chapters of life. It's a time to enjoy the results of decades of hard work, careful planning, and financial responsibility. For many people, retirement finally brings the freedom to spend more time with family, pursue hobbies, travel, or simply enjoy a slower pace of life. Unfortunately, retirement has also become a time when criminals increasingly focus their attention on older adults. Every day, thousands of phone calls, emails, text messages, and social media messages are sent with one goal in mind: to trick someone into giving away money or personal information. If you've ever wondered, why are retirees being targeted? The answer may surprise you. It isn't because retirees are less intelligent. It isn't because they're careless. In fact, many victims are well-educated, financially responsible, and have successfully managed their affairs for decades. Professional scammers aren't looking for unintelligent people. They're looking for opportunities. Many retirees have spent a lifetime building savings, paying off their homes, investing for the future, and establishing good credit. Criminals know this. They also know that many retirees are more likely to answer an unexpected phone call, read every email carefully, or politely continue a conversation rather than immediately hanging up. Unfortunately, those qualities, trust, courtesy, and patience, can sometimes be exploited by people with dishonest intentions. Today's scammers are also very different from the criminals many people imagine. They're often part of organized groups operating around the world. They use technology to disguise phone numbers, create convincing emails and websites, and impersonate trusted organizations. Some even work together as teams, each person playing a different role in a carefully planned script. But here's something important to remember. The greatest weapon a scammer has isn't technology, it's emotion. Before they ask for your money, they first try to influence how you feel. They may create fear by claiming your Social Security benefits are at risk. They may create urgency by insisting you must act immediately. They may pretend to represent a trusted organization, or they may even appeal to your kindness by asking you to help fix what appears to be an honest mistake. The encouraging news is that once you understand these patterns, you become much more difficult to deceive. You don't need to become an expert in computers or cybersecurity. You don't need to memorize hundreds of different scams. You simply need to recognize the warning signs, slow down when something doesn't feel right, and take a few moments to verify the facts before making a decision. In today's documentary, we'll explain why retirees are targeted, introduce the 10 most dangerous scam categories affecting older adults today, and share practical steps you can take to protect yourself and the people you care about. Our goal isn't to make you suspicious of every phone call, every email, or every text message. Our goal is much simpler: to help you recognize the situations that deserve a second look before you act. Because the retirement you've worked so hard to build deserves to be protected. Let's begin. Although scams come in many different forms, they almost all rely on the same basic principles. The names change, the technology changes, the stories change, but the methods remain remarkably consistent. Professional scammers understand something that most people never think about. People rarely make poor decisions because they lack intelligence. They make poor decisions when their emotions temporarily overpower their judgment. That's exactly what scammers are trying to accomplish. Whether the scam arrives by phone, email, text message, social media, or even in person, the goal is usually the same: to make you react before you've had time to think. Let's look at the 4 most common techniques they use. The first is fear. Fear is one of the strongest human emotions. A scammer may claim your Social Security benefits have been suspended, your Medicare account has been compromised, your bank account has been hacked, or that a loved one has been arrested or injured. When people become frightened, they naturally want to solve the problem immediately. That's exactly the reaction the scammer hopes to create. The second technique is urgency. Scammers rarely want you to slow down. Instead, they'll often say, "You must act today." Don't hang up. This is your final warning. Your account will be closed within the hour. Why the rush? Because every extra minute gives you another opportunity to stop, think, verify the information, or ask someone you trust for advice. The third technique is trust. Criminals often pretend to represent organizations you've known for years. They may claim to be calling from your bank, the Social Security Administration, Medicare, a well-known technology company, or even a delivery service you've used many times before. Some scams are so convincing that they appear to come from legitimate phone numbers, email addresses, or websites. That's why it's always safer to contact an organization using the official phone number or website that you find yourself, not the one provided by an unexpected caller or message. The fourth technique is isolation. This is one of the most overlooked warning signs. A scammer may tell you not to discuss the situation with anyone else. They may say it's confidential, that your account could be at greater risk if you tell someone, or that speaking to your family might interfere with the investigation. In reality, they want to isolate you because another person may immediately recognize the scam. Whenever someone pressures you to keep a financial matter secret, that should immediately raise a red flag. Although every scam tells a different story, these four techniques appear again and again: fear, urgency, trust, isolation. The next time you receive an unexpected phone call, email, or text message, don't focus only on what is being said. Ask yourself a different question. What is this person trying to make me feel? The answer to that question may tell you far more than the story they're trying to sell. Now that you understand how scammers think, let's look at the 10 most dangerous scam categories affecting retirees today. Now that you understand how scammers manipulate emotions, let's look at 10 of the most dangerous scam categories affecting retirees today. You may be wondering, why these 10? The answer is simple. These are not the only scams targeting retirees, and they certainly won't be the last. Criminals constantly adapt their stories to new technology, current events, and whatever people are talking about at the moment. During tax season, they may pretend to be the IRS. During Medicare enrollment, they may offer new benefits or ask you to verify your Medicare information. After a natural disaster, they may pose as a charity. When cryptocurrency is making headlines, they suddenly become investment experts. The stories change with the calendar and the news, but the warning signs remain remarkably consistent. One reason today's scams are so convincing is that they're often built around something that's real: a real government agency, a real Medicare benefit, a real bank, a real online retailer, a real investment opportunity. Criminals simply change enough details to create confusion and persuade you to act before you've had time to verify the facts. The 10 categories you're about to hear consistently appear in public fraud warnings and consumer complaints because they represent the most common patterns used to target retirees. Learning these categories is far more valuable than memorizing individual scam stories, because tomorrow's scam will probably look different, but it will often belong to one of these same categories. The first category is government and authority impersonation. Imagine answering your phone and hearing someone claim to represent Social Security, Medicare, the IRS, or another government agency. They may tell you your benefits have been suspended, your identity has been compromised, or that legal action is about to begin unless you act immediately. The organization may be real. The phone call is not. Always contact the agency using an official phone number you obtain independently, never the number provided by an unexpected caller. The second category is the family emergency scam, often called the grandparent scam. A frantic phone call claims that your grandchild, another family member, or someone you love has been arrested, injured, or stranded and urgently needs money. The goal is simple. Create enough emotion that you send money before speaking with your family. Whenever money is requested during a family emergency, pause first and contact your loved one directly using a trusted phone number. The third category is technology support scams. A warning suddenly appears on your computer, your phone rings unexpectedly, or you receive an email claiming your device has been infected or your accounts have been compromised. Someone offers to help. The first step is often asking you to install software that allows them to access your computer remotely. No legitimate company will unexpectedly contact you and ask for remote access to your computer to solve a problem you didn't report. The fourth category is the refund or overpayment scam. You receive a message claiming you've been charged for something you never purchased. A friendly representative offers to help you receive a refund. Soon afterward, you're told that too much money was accidentally returned and asked to send the difference back immediately. The apparent mistake is part of the deception. Always verify your actual account balance independently before sending money to anyone. The fifth category is investment and get-rich-quick scams. These scams promise extraordinary returns with little or no risk. Today, they may involve cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence, exclusive investment opportunities, or secret trading systems. Tomorrow, the story may change. The promise never does. Remember this principle: legitimate investments always involve risk. Anyone promising guaranteed high returns with little or no risk is asking you to ignore one of the oldest warning signs in finance. These are the first 5 scam categories every retiree should recognize. In the next chapter, we'll look at 5 more categories that have become increasingly common in today's connected world. The first 5 scam categories are among the most familiar, but they are only part of today's fraud landscape. As technology evolves and criminals gain access to more personal information, new variations continue to emerge. Let's look at 5 more scam categories that every retiree should recognize. The 6th category is unexpected money, lottery, and inheritance scams. These scams begin with exciting news. You may be told you've won a lottery you never entered, inherited money from a distant relative, qualified to receive unclaimed funds, or been selected to receive a valuable prize. Years ago, many people became familiar with emails about foreign princes or princesses needing help transferring millions of dollars. While those stories are less common today, the underlying scam remains the same. The names, countries, and circumstances may change, but the promise of easy money never does. Remember this simple rule: you should never have to pay fees, taxes, or processing costs in order to receive money that legitimately belongs to you. The 7th category is banking and payment scams. You receive a text message or phone call claiming there's suspicious activity on your bank account. The caller sounds professional and may even know some of your personal information. They ask you to move your money to a safe account, approve an urgent payment, or provide a one-time security code sent to your phone. Pause before acting. Your bank already has the information it needs to identify you. If you're concerned, end the conversation and contact your bank using the phone number on the back of your debit or credit card. The 8th category is identity theft and information harvesting. Sometimes the scam isn't about stealing your money today. It's about collecting one more piece of your identity. Personal information can be exposed through data breaches affecting businesses, healthcare providers, retailers, financial institutions, and many other organizations. Criminals combine that information with details gathered from phishing emails, fake websites, social media, and unexpected phone calls. Think of your identity as a jigsaw puzzle. Every piece helps complete the picture. That's why protecting your personal information is just as important as protecting your bank account. The ninth category is online shopping and marketplace scams. These scams often involve fake online stores, counterfeit products, package delivery notifications, or fraudulent marketplace listings. They tempt buyers with unbelievable discounts, limited-time offers, or hard-to-find products. Before making an online purchase, take a moment to verify the seller, use secure payment methods, and be cautious of deals that seem too good to be true. The 10th category is charity and disaster relief scams. After hurricanes, floods, wildfires, international crises, or other major events, scammers often pretend to represent charities or emergency relief organizations. They know that many people genuinely want to help others during difficult times. Whenever you decide to donate, verify the organization independently before contributing. A few extra minutes can help ensure your generosity reaches the people who truly need it. Although these 10 scam categories tell different stories, they all rely on the same 4 techniques we discussed earlier: fear, urgency, trust, and isolation. The stories will continue to evolve. Artificial intelligence will create new opportunities for criminals. New technologies will appear. New payment methods will emerge. But the warning signs remain remarkably consistent. In our final chapter, we'll bring everything together with a practical set of retirement intel golden rules that can help you recognize and avoid many of these scams before they succeed. We've covered 10 of the most dangerous scam categories affecting retirees today. Although the stories continue to evolve, the ways to protect yourself remain surprisingly consistent. Let's finish with the retirement intel golden rules. Rule number 1: slow down. Scammers want you to react immediately. Give yourself permission to pause. Very few legitimate financial decisions need to be made within minutes. Rule number 2: verify independently. If someone claims to represent your bank, Medicare, Social Security, a government agency, or a well-known company, end the conversation politely and contact the organization yourself using an official phone number or website that you trust. Rule number 3: protect your personal information. Your identity is valuable. Never share sensitive personal or financial information simply because someone contacted you unexpectedly. Rule number 4: never let anyone rush you. Pressure is one of the strongest warning signs of a scam. If someone insists that you must act immediately, stop and ask yourself why they don't want you to have time to think. Rule number 5: talk to someone you trust. Scammers often try to isolate their victims. A quick conversation with a family member, trusted friend, or financial advisor can prevent a costly mistake. Rule number 6: if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Whether it's an investment promising extraordinary returns, a lottery you never entered, or an unexpected inheritance, healthy skepticism is one of your strongest forms of protection. And finally, rule number 7: trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, don't ignore that feeling. Hang up the phone, close the email, walk away from the conversation. You can always call back. You can always verify the information. You can always make a decision later. Remember, legitimate organizations want you to make informed decisions. Scammers want you to make emotional decisions. That's one of the biggest differences between the two. These 7 simple rules won't prevent every scam, but they can dramatically reduce the chances of becoming a victim. Knowledge isn't just information, it's protection. The scams we've discussed today represent some of the most dangerous categories affecting retirees today. Unfortunately, criminals are constantly developing new stories, taking advantage of emerging technologies, current events, and changing payment methods. No single documentary can cover every scam that may appear in the future. That's why the Retirement Intel Golden Rules are so important. They're designed to help you recognize warning signs, even when the scam itself is completely new. If you ever feel pressured, threatened, confused, or believe someone is attempting to scam you, stop the conversation immediately. If the situation appears aggressive, involves threats, or you believe a crime has been committed or attempted, don't hesitate to contact your local law enforcement agency and report what happened. You may also want to notify your bank or financial institution if you believe your financial information has been exposed. Remember, the goal isn't to become suspicious of everyone. The goal is to become confident enough to recognize when something doesn't feel right. Knowledge won't stop every scammer from trying, but it can stop many scams from succeeding. If this documentary helps protect even one retirement, then we've accomplished exactly what we set out to do. Thank you for watching Retirement Intel.